Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 42. We're currently playing as King Ulrich the Great of Bavaria, Pomerania, and Bohemia, and he's the son of King Ludolf the Great, who himself is son of King Otto, who was our original character. We're at war, of course, in the Bavarian claim for Nassau. Again, we're allied with the King of West Francia, and we're fighting against the King of East Francia and the King of La Phrygia, Italy, and Burgundy. And we're one day away. You can't really see it because I haven't unpaused the game since we started play, and so it defaults to thinking weird things about the date, but as soon as we unpause the game, we're one day away from this army joining this battle. So, let's get that started. And there they go. So, quality-wise, we do somewhat outmatch the Lotharingians. The King of East Francia is involved in this battle, and yeah, let's just see how it goes. We dramatically outnumber them, of course. You know, by 2 to 1 or something. We have a child. My grandson requires a guardian. Well, we betrothed him to the heir to Nuremberg, that's fine. She looks like she'll be a decent steward, so we don't need to worry too much about that. Let's up his diplomacy. Yeah, sounds good to me. Just in the heat of battle, just say, oh, yep. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Benhild can mentor him. Good old Benhild. Princess Elizabeth, my daughter, has become an elusive shadow. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, I did notice some things just before I started this up. And we'll just wait for this battle to be over and done with before I go into, but it's to do with weak claims. We have a significant number of weak claims that we could press. Oh, that flank of the East Francian king isn't going too well. Oh, there it is. We've won that. And we have succeeded with a plot to kill Clara Carling. So while this guy's out fighting, we just murdered his daughter. But the farmer who provided the manure revealed my name. Oh well. Just have a look. Yep, so now he has a non-dynastic heir. He won't be producing any more children, I can tell you that. And, yeah. We've successfully, well, when this guy dies, we will have successfully taken East Francia away from the Carlings. We will have put it into the hands of the de Rohans, who are kings of Brittany, or dukes of Brittany, really. But that's nothing to really worry about. I mean, let's look at where Brittany is. This is Brittany over here, but the realm of Brittany is just these 2 provinces, and this one here. Don't care. Just don't care. It's wonderful. Anyway, this battle should give us a lot of war score. 30%. The Duke of Normandy died. That doesn't matter. He was one of the West Francian guys. A lot of prestige. Nice, nice. And a lot of military tech. Wonderful. And now we chase those guys down into Nassau. Unless... oh, he'll accept the peace offer. Is he still... no, he's actually in Nassau, so... what I was thinking there was if he was still in this army, we'd chase the army down anyway for the chance of killing him or capturing him. And if we capture him, we could probably execute him for a slight penalty so a slight piety penalty. So we'll just offer peace, and yes, we'll you know, have a thing. So in a week, which is going to be well before... the Corinthian is really pissing me off. It's going to be well before we actually get to that army. So we have usurped the title of the County of Nassau from King Arnulf. Wonderful, wonderful. Peace be with you. I accept your offer of peace. Excellent. Now what does he own? He owns Furstenberg. So he's just taking that off somebody, you know, sort of thing. We own this place. It's kind of shit, I gotta say. I mean, you know, it's not wonderful. let's just get our troops there and put down the levies. Just because then they can not only reinforce, but stop costing us money. Which they were costing us a fair amount of money. But now they're not. Now the only thing costing us money is our retinue reinforcing. Speaking of retinue. Oh, we're just shy, I think. Let's see, 1600 is what we need for another knight retinue. How shy are we here? I think we're 100, maybe only a few. I'm going to get a calculator for this. My laptop has a calculator on it, like everybody's damn computer, I should think. Let's see, 10368 minus 8800. We're 32 points shy of getting another knight retinue. That's almost embarrassing, I gotta say. Anyway, let's look into some of these other things that we've got. So, we could usurp the title of the Duchy of Pomerania. We could do that, because the only holding that this guy holds is Slupsk, which is part of the de jure Duchy of Pomeralia, not Pomerania. We hold all of Pomerania, so we could take that and give it to... I wouldn't want to give it to anybody, because if I give it to this guy, he's going to get pissy at me because I hold one of the counties that he should have, and I can't keep it because that would give me free duchies, which wouldn't be great. So we're going to let this guy keep his title for the moment. The reason for that is when we take Slupsk, that title will vanish. You can't be a duke if you're not also a count. And we're going to take Slupsk at some point in the future. It's the last province in Pomerania, the kingdom, that we, don't own, so we will be taking it. Another option would be to say, hey, you want to be our vassal, but because he's Slavic, he won't do that. Well, to start with, he's not even at peace, so he wouldn't do it in the first place. He's defending against a revolt as an ally. Okay, that's cool. I do apologize if I'm blowing anybody's eardrums out with my clearing of my throat. We do have a lot of money, so we're going to build this barracks. Or was it the jousting list? I think we were going to do the jousting list. Yeah, there are no duchy titles that we want to create. I don't want to usurp that title. We're going to look at these weak claims, because they are quite strong weak claims. Yes. Alright, so... that seems pretty cool. Let's upgrade the jousting lists in Munchen. Done. It's probably Munchen, but Munchen sounds a lot better to me. Okay, well, we're not plotting against anybody. There are some plots going on. Factions are as weak as ever. Let's have a look at East Francia again. He's still at war with Mercia, or Jorvik for Mercia it is, so I can't check how the usurp status is going. Well, I could count it up like I did last time, but, well, excuse me, nobody wants that. So, let's have a look at these weak claims. Let's start from the top. My queen, or my wife, has weak claims on the Kingdom of Asturias, the Kingdom of Castile, and the Kingdom of Galicia. Let's look at where those are. They're all in Iberia, by the way. That highlighted area is the de jure Kingdom of Asturias, or not de jure, sorry, if we want to look at de jure, there you go. That's Asturias, that's Galicia, that's Castile. The area in blue is what Asturias currently has authority over. That's for Castile, that's for Galicia. And you can see here, if we press this claim, then my queen gets the County of Astorga and the Kingdom of Asturias title. This one, she gets the County of Castellon and the Kingdom of Castile. And this one, she gets, well, the County of Castellon and the Kingdom of Galicia. Is this Castellon over here? No, it's Santiago. I'm not, it's not a bad thing for us, because our queen would then pass her titles on to our son. She wouldn't be part of our realm, though. Like, if we take this place, she won't be part of our realm simply because she'll have her own king equivalent title. And she's not technically a member of my dynasty, and I'm not the de jure liege of that particular kingdom title. To be that, I'd have to be Emperor of Hispania, which that isn't even on the cards at this stage. The problem there, I mean, he doesn't have many allies, and he's a new king. He probably doesn't have a lot of anything in terms of whatever. Let's have a look at that. So ledger, just go to realms, independent states that is. And we're looking for Asturias. Well, he's not on the first page. There he is. 5,400 troops. So we would have to raise up our levies again, but we could quite easily win it. It's not a bad thing. Wonder if... No, he won't even let us educate him. Let's bring that back. So it's definitely something that we could do, and we would probably do the one for Asturias because it's the largest one there. But it would put our queen right next to the Umayyads. And they would definitely start declaring holy wars on us and things like that. I do apologise for this throat-clearing business. Also, it's a bit of a trek. We'd have to come down through Aquitaine. We could probably call West Francia in on it. But, well, we definitely couldn't call the Byzantine in. So let's keep that on hold for the moment. It's good to know. And actually, what we should do... No, you see, our wife isn't in the succession there. But that's alright. It's fine. The Jarldom of Nordreja. We can press it for either Rakissa here. Where is it even? Where the hell is this? Or we can press it for Sif of Rostock, who is our vassal, so we would still get the... Actually, she might become independent at that stage because it's a step above her current title. I don't actually know where it is. Oh, really? Okay, so Nordreja is these places. It's basically Orkney and the associated Northern Isles. So that's not exactly wonderful. It would be very hard for us to press that because we have 17 boats. Well, we have 5 boats available, but we could have 17. Okay, we have another weak claim against King Louis of Lotharingia, etc. And we have one against the Basilius himself for Slavonia, which is this little area down here that we're not going to attack because, well, he's an ally. And currently we have truces with, well, the East Francian, Pomerania, the King of Hungary for 3 years, and some guy who doesn't matter for 5. So we're going to come over here and declare war on Poland again. When we get down to it. And I'm just going to pause the game and stand up for a moment because the sun has decided to peek from behind the clouds. It's been a very overcast day today here in Australia, specifically in Sydney. And, well, it's been raining and all that sort of stuff, and I thought it was fine to leave those curtains open, but apparently not. The sun and weather has decided that no, subby, you shall not leave those curtains open while you record. There we go. And I'm knocking things over on my desk by accident, but it's all good. Alright, right. Back to business. Poland. Who leads Poland? Still Bajoras here. So our wars for him are straight up holy wars. Is he still Norse? Oh, that's why we weren't attacking him, because he's Norse. And that means Everybody gets involved. Fortunately, because we took the county of Danzig here, we have some alternative, well, explorations into these little counties here. What is that? Prussia, which is itself part of Lithuania. Yeah, and I did say that this was kind of where we wanted to stop our progression down here. We can go a little bit into the realm of Konigata, but yeah, about this line here. Line with what is this? Is this for Black Sea? Yep, that's for Black Sea. Yeah, about in line with this little tributary here, the Dnieper River. That's the line we want to hold. Up this river. It'll give us a nice sort of defensive thing against those inevitable Mongols. But anyway, because we don't want to go to war with Poland just yet, we'll simply expand through these crappy little tribes. Didn't go badly for the Romans, did it? He's at war with various people, it doesn't matter. He's no longer at war with various people. That was a county thing, I think. Or it's gone away already. Ignore me. Yeah, so because he's Norse, we don't want to attack him, but when he dies, his heir will be Remover. Or Tangri, because he could convert to her religion or vice versa. Well, the jihad for Africa has been a success. Allah has granted Caliph Anabar victory in the jihad for Africa against Queen Astrid of Tripolitania. Caliph Anabar has called for a month of celebration across the whole Muslim world. Cursed infidels. And you can see down here that Tripolitania no longer exists. It's part of a Baton Sultanate. That's alright. It's not entirely random where jihads and crusades get declared. Different kingdom... It's always for a kingdom title. But different kingdom titles have different... Well, I say it's always for a kingdom title, but I remember reading that sometimes they declare for duchies and counties depending. But different titles have different weights. For example, with the Catholic Crusades, if a non-Catholic holds Rome, the crusade will always be for Rome. It's got a monstrous weight, and most of Europe, it will get crusades called against it if applicable. The crusade for Jerusalem actually has a very low weight comparatively. It's just that it fires most of the time because usually Europe is held by Catholics. We could be trying to assassinate somebody and we're not. Why is that? East Francia. Yep, lovely, lovely. So, this guy is the current heir. And who's heir after him? Let's see. Corantin Map Balduin de Rohan. So it's somebody related to this guy, Corantin. Ah, right, his brother, this kid. Now we could quite honestly execute. Well, not execute. Okay, and who was after him? It was a Babenberger, I think. Yes, Agnes Babenberger. Who, if I remember right... this one. Who is regularly betrothed to my son, Prince Ulrich of Bavaria. Well, looks like we've got ourselves a little goal here. So the King of Brittany, can't kill him. Well, we sure can kill this one, so let's get on it. Join in. Let's get this death plot kick-started. Oh, and here's something of note. Denmark has managed to form itself. It's kind of cool. And it's held by the... Oh, I thought it would be held by the Yinglings. I suppose that's up here, though. yeah, the Yinglings are Norway's royal family, whereas Denmark is held by the Judong? Njudong? Either way. Edda feels I risk too much with my escapades and try to persuade me to stop risking my life. That's because we have the brave trait and she has the craven trait. But it's such a thrill, so she gets a little opinion negative against us because she envies our bravery. Okay. Now this little fracture of a realm here where I think I've covered this before when Bavaria was all split up, but let's just go over it again. Holding Danzig here isn't, like, just because it's not connected to our realm isn't such a big deal. If we were playing Europa Universalis, it would be a massive deal, because we couldn't even move troops there. But because we can move troops wherever the hell we want, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we've got some wars to go into. We're probably going to basically exterminate the remove a religion Romova. Yeah. Basically from existence. So we're going to push up here and start taking all of this stuff. And eventually we will get the Kingdom of Lithuania. Eventually we should even get all of Scandinavia if we're lucky. Anyway, we're going to have to cross the Vistula River. The other option is to come down over here into Poland and then up. But what we're going to do, just to be a little tricky, is order a move into Shelmo. Better check that this is actually what we can do first. Excellent. So we're going to order a move into Shelmo, wait until the 16th, which is the day before they move out, and then declare war in Marienburg. Now we're doing that because Marienburg may instantly raise its vassals. Let's just... No, false religion, of course. So, Holy War for Prussia. We'll only get a single county out of this, but that's fine. We're not going to call in either ally. But the idea here is he may raise up all of his troops and then we'd have to fight them across a river. Not pretty. By moving into Shelmo, we're then going to move up into Marienburg after that. Shelmo can join in because they're of the remove a religion. That's fine. But they won't join in instantly. See, he raised troops, but we're safely in Shelmo and can move up into Marienburg with no attacking penalties. And we'll still catch these guys. And annihilate them. See, already two flanks are fleeing. Middle column has absolutely no chance. And we've got a couple of other provinces joining in. All chiefdoms and little things like that. I don't expect much resistance. Yeah, 40% war score. He called King Friedrich of Zealand in. That must have been an ally that I probably should have checked. Oh, so he does have the King of Poland as an ally, but that's not all that important. He could probably call him in. But, well, whatever. Morvana here is going to chuck the kid off the parapets. Good. Sounds good. Yep, there's another person joining in. Oh great, we have a vassal inheritance warning. Prince Adalbert is saying that one of his titles might pass from our realm. Probably the whole ducal thing, yeah. This is a little strange. It won't. It won't pass from our realm because his son is a good Littlefinger. But, fortunately, his wife, Princess Ielo de Toulouse, the Duchess of Toulouse, Valois and Aquitaine, or Toulouse and Valois and Princess of Aquitaine, has a Littlefinger's son. So that's excellent, isn't it? And this kid is a bastard, so he doesn't matter. We may try and get him murdered, because if she legitimizes him, he might be in a position to inherit the stuff in Aquitaine. Not the county up here, but you know. Alright, Poland joined in, so I guess we better be a little bit more cautious than usual. And raise troops. And we'll just send them all up to sit on this place. It is no big deal. We could chase the Polish king around a bit, and we might actually do that after we get our siege done. Find the Polish king and chase him around just in case we, get to murder him. This guy's trying to fabricate a claim on Austria. We don't want him to do that. Yeah, so Zealand up here is involved, but Denmark is in a way. Not that it's much of an impediment. Again, in Europa it would be a very nice impediment. The hired assassin did not get a chance to push the kid off the walls, and will likely not get another, but he wasn't found out. That's good. Guy's giving up his plot. I don't need to call these allies in, it's all fine. Let's have a look at this. This kid is 4 years old, so for some time we will have the ability to press these weak claims to those free kingdoms. We could potentially declare for one of them, and depending on how it goes, I don't think that we would be able to then declare for another one, because Etienne Carling would no longer be part of our court. But she sure could. And he doesn't have many allies. I think we're going to do that in the near future. Declare war for Asturias. At the very least, taking the Iberian Peninsula itself is quite a decent achievement. And we all know how much I love achievements. So we're losing a little bit of money. Again, it's because the retinue is reinforcing at the same time that we have levies raised. Not a big drama. And we're just letting our wonderful marshal just get these military techs up, and we're just saving points for the hell of it at this stage. For the future. For future generations. We're probably leading troops, aren't we? We don't want to be leading troops. So I do not want to be leading troops. Thank you. Now, Pomerania also got involved. Another thing we can do, apart from joining this force up to the retinue over there, is just march around. March around the whole place and just murder things, and we'll probably actually do that. Let's head in here and besiege places, because we get money from besieging places. But now what we'll actually do is come over here, murder this army, and then just sit here until we take these places. Yeah, that'd be good. He's a pretty good bloke, but well, he doesn't have the numbers. And we're flanking him. He is holding on pretty well for somebody so outmatched. And yeah, murdered them all. Alright, so now we head over there. And yes, we could besiege this place. Not particularly interested in doing it at this stage. Though this siege here is progressing very swiftly, so we might, after we take out this army here. Let's see, 765 in that garrison, 914 in that one, so we might just hit this garrison. The bonus on that is we won't have a truce against this guy when this war ends, because he's just an ally in the war. So if we hit his garrison out, then he will be incredibly easy to take down when we declare the Holy War in, a few days after we finish hostilities. Also, the Polish king is over here. That could be something interesting to do. He's worth a good 200 bucks if we can, imprison him. And if we kill him, all the better. Bit of war score, doesn't matter. We captured this guy. I don't think he's important in any way. He isn't. Let's see if we can ransom him. Yep, for 10 gold. Sorted. No, we'll think strategic and not, glory hound. We'll besiege this place. Not that glory hounding is a bad thing. We are in, the year 956 AD. Okay, my co-conspirator Came This is another reason why you don't have Jewish people in your court. Seriously. Though also way to live up to the stereotype. Has bribed a hunter taking Caranton on a trip into the wilds to quietly dispatch the child and make it look like an accident. They call it the wilds for a reason. Anyway, we're about to take that place. Yes, my low character is the subject of Greek plays. He will happily accept paying the ransom. That's cool. It's 10 gold for free. It alleviates some of that reduced income that we have. Human. There we go. A little bit of gold, a little bit of piety, and now some nice quick sieges against a city and a temple. And we have successfully dragged this woman out. She is the chief's wife. We're not getting anything for holding her. Like, no war score. We could ransom her for 46, or just murder her. I'm not particularly interested in just murdering her, so let's just ransom her back. It's free money. And we've succeeded with a plot to kill Caranton Mab Balduin. Yep, the hunter did what he was paid for and made sure Caranton never returned from the hunting trip. He will keep quiet about his ghastly deed to save his own skin, if nothing else. To hunt a man is truly the greatest sport. Alright, so let's have a look at East Francia again. How we doing? So it goes Halori, Agnes, and Tedville. Tedville, Virch, Baldin, de Rohan. I'm not quite sure what that implies. But Agnes Babinger is the one we're looking at here. In 3 years, she will be able to marry Prince Ulrich. We can't kill this kid. We're going to set up the plot just to see if we could bribe anybody into it. It may be that his spy master can be bribed for, like, 20 gold. And that would probably give us enough. Getting a lot of inheritance going around. It's nothing all that important. He says as he quickly checks over the facts. Yep. All good. Accept the offer, Eliza. These guys are moving down to Sursk. It's fine. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure he'll only provide about 10%. We just had another potential plotter show up, so that's interesting. And it seems we could only get, what, 19 more percent. So let's just see what Edirna here provides. Speaking of providing, the Pope has sent us some cash. It's good to be on the Pope's good side. And fighting heathens, / infidels, / people who aren't me. Alright, so yeah, that's not going to go ahead. That's only 48% plot power, and we could only get another 19 on top of it. So, yeah, not really that great. And we can't assassinate him, though we're pretty close to assassinating him. We might be able to bribe somebody to do it, but we don't want to. What's our Chancellor up to? He's improving relations in Constantinople. I have a better thing for you to do, my friend. You're going to sow dissent in Nantes. Now this should lower opinions between the liege and his vassals. I'm not sure whether you're supposed to put it in the vassal's province or the liege's province, but either way, even if this guy isn't going to get a negative opinion of his wow, he already has a massive negative opinion of the king, but he's imprisoned by the king. But the idea here is that this guy's vassals, like the mayors and bishops and all that sort of stuff, will start disliking him, and maybe we can get a bit of plot on like that. Maybe. We'll have to see. My nephew Adam asked me for a thief to own. He's my spy master. I'll arrange it. I'll give him one of these places when we... Well, I'll give him Marienburg when we take it. I should monitor him, though. Just to keep track of him. Because otherwise I will forget. There's a Polish army moving down from Denmark for some reason. Poland doesn't actually hold anywhere up here, do they? That could be kind of weird. No, they don't. It's just a little strange. It's fine. So yeah, this war is obviously going quite nicely. There's, like, yes, all of these places, all of the red places are at war with us, but they're not really contributing. The only real thing we've got to worry about is Poland, and they're not a threat to us normally, so why would they be a threat to us now, when we're not actually attacking them? A little bit of interest. We've got an East Francian revolt down here. We do have casus belli against this guy. So, we're probably going to be putting this war on hold for a little bit, after, well, the future wars up here on hold for a little bit. Because I want to come down and take this guy's main province. And he's attacking for some guy called Count Johann. Which is this guy. We don't want this guy to get in on that, because then it'll go straight back to Karl. The East Francians will then have a direct Karling lineage. Which isn't great. So let's just win this war. There we go. We've won that war. And yeah, we're not even going to bother about that place. I know what I said, but things have changed. We are totally beaten, which means that I will get Marienburg. Done. Victory declared. I need to move those guys out. Okay, so again, this creates some new vassals. And we're going to give Marienburg, which is actually quite an exceptional place. Wow, yeah, it's really good. It even has a castle shipyard. Wow. I would almost consider holding on to that, but it is so far away from our actual our main holdings, that it's not really worth it. So we're going to give that to Adam. He wants a thief. You know. We'll give him a damn thief. Done. Okay, so now these guys, the retinue, should come down to Nuremberg, I want to say. It doesn't matter. Any of these provinces is fine. Bamberg is probably a little bit closer, so we'll move them to there. And when they get close, we're missing a spy master now because he moved out of the court, but we just need to re-elect him as spy master, and we're all good. And he goes straight back down to Constantinople. He's important because he's one of the only things that are giving us a little base amount of progression in several of these. Well, I say several of these, but we're getting a lot of neighbor bonuses now. Like this one. See, the only reason we're escalating along the Majesty tech is because he's studying technology. And if I can find one... Yeah, here's one. Shipbuilding. The only reason we're getting progression in that is because our spy master is studying it, and because our wonderful counselor here, Benhild, who has somehow increased her martial stat even further to 34 instead of 33. I swear, this woman, if she could have children, I would dump the wife. Just flat out dump her. But she can't have children, so, you know, deal with it sort of thing. Just put these levies down. Okay, now we can get our war on, but we're not going to do it. Actually, no, we are going to do it. Because... And normally I'd want to get my retinue down there so that we could move across and instantly start besieging it. They're going to be a while. The East Francian might already start besieging him before we get there. So we just check his allies. The Duchess of Austria and the Count of Steiermark, not important. And we see what we have. Alright, so this is a little bit less good than I would have hoped. In that the strong claim is held by one of my courtiers and not by one of my vassals. We're going to change that up a little bit, though. We're going to declare the war for him. We probably won't get the province out of it. But before we finish the war, we're going to give this guy a county somewhere else. Probably Stettin? Yeah, probably Stettin. It's out in the middle of bloody nowhere. Alright, let's get this on. Yep, lovely. And we're going to be hostile with the East Francian again, but whatever. And we're just going to raise up our levies. Put them in Bamberg. We are getting troops out of Nassau. We might actually give that other guy Nassau. Just to avoid too much of a spread. It'd be better if we could give him Ulm, but we don't actually own Ulm. The reason why you want to avoid such a spread is when they get those, oh, we desire these particular places, opinion malices against you. Oh right, she's married to the heir of the Byzantine Empire. That's fine. I remember that. Oh, we don't need to monitor Adam anymore. But say, for example, while we just wait for our crew to get together, if we gave that guy Stettin in Pomerania and he gets Württemberg in East Francia, he could eventually desire the Kingdom of East Francia and the Kingdom of Pomerania, which would be a cumulative -50, I think, instead of just a -25 for one of them. And you can soak a -20 to 25 penalty. But if there's somebody running around with a constant -50, it's like having the ambitious one. Okay, this guy's trying to intercept these 14 dudes. That's alright, but, you know. Just take myself out of a military leadership role. But he won't get there because our guys are faster. And he won't even be able to progress any sieges with just 200 dudes. That's fine. Alright, you know what? Everybody go in. Actually, no, I want them to gather. Ah, bugger it. In they go. And just everybody goes down to Württemberg. We're going to besiege the crap out of this place and take it nice and quickly. I don't know where he's moving. He's going up to Göttingen. But I don't know where his end movement goal is. Oh well. And if we get lucky, we might be able to snipe the East Francian king running around somewhere. Let's just check on that. He's leading troops in Baden, so he is down here. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. We're going to go snipe the East Francian. I mean, if we kidnap him, that's great. And we are going to be progressing the siege no matter what. Yep, there he is. Leading 5 dudes around. Probably won't get a capture out of it, but hey, you never know. No, we just killed 112 guys. It's fine. Now these guys are annoying me, so I'm just going to see if I can catch them. I cannot, so continue on down to Württemberg and we'll just take the place. Take it nice and quick. And everything will be alright. Now apparently we can't call the West Francian in, and that, yep, that's because he's at war with the guy we're at war with already. That's fair enough. Get a lot of sight over here. It's kind of cool. I think part of that is because of our Chancellor, though I don't know why he's so expanded his sight. Actually, I might have a suspicion. No? No, I thought it would be because of the duchy that he's in, but the duchy that he's in is all out here. But he has sight on, well, we have sight on the 2 provinces of Brittany here, Anjou, some parts of Orléans, and some parts of Normandy. For reasons, I guess. Whatever. let's just keep on fighting our wars. Doing good. And now he's reigning in Fürstenberg down here, so that's fine. Child needs educating. My grandson Ulrich. He's pretty decent at pretty much everything. Well, he's average at everything. So let's educate him in the fine art of fighting, of Brynhild. Gonna get as much out of that woman as we can. This army should move down here as well. So yeah, we've got a 10,000 strong army. We could quite simply just attack this place, but we're not going to. Because we're going to win this anyway. The only reason we would attack it is to try and win it before the revolt itself is declared over. But we'll save that for the cities, I feel. And for this barony here, Asperg. We'll see how it goes. It is a sizable army down there, and we're hostile to a lot of it, including West Francia itself. Kind of. You know what? Let's get this over and done with. Yeah, see, we do lose some men, but nowhere near anything sizable. And yeah, we're just going to assault these towns, and we're just going to be done with this. However, before I finish... Wonderful. Now, what I'm going to do, find the claimant, which was this guy's dad, I believe, Retold. It is, yep, Retold's claim. So this guy's dad, and we're going to say, you, my good courtier, you are now the Count of... No, it was going to be Nassau. The Count of Nassau. Done. We're still keeping an eye on Werner here. And this war is still going on, even though he's left our court. Simply because he's still part of our realm. And now we have a peace offer. Yes, Count Retold of Nassau gains the county of Wurtemberg, and this guy loses 100 prestige. Done. Done. Victory. Now, my dear East Francian, we are one county off. One county off doing what we need to do. You'd see here we have 48%, which is 10 of 21. One county will give us 11 of 21, which should pop up to 52%, I think. But whatever it is, it'll be over 50. It'll be 51. Unfortunately, we still have a truce with this guy. Otherwise, we'd just claim Thuringen and be done with it. And after we claim that, we won't have to worry about having claims anywhere, because we'll have claims on all of it. Because we'll be the East Francian king, and, well, fuck that, you know. So, in the meantime, let's go back up to the pagans and do what we do best, which is kick their teeth in. We do eventually want to come up this way into Scandinavia through Denmark. But the issue there is Norse. If we could do something with these guys over here, because this is the more sort of up in the air religious area, because people who are raised here could become Slavic or Norse in those areas, or Remover, or there's Sumanesco. So there could be a bit of swapping going on down here, which is good for us. However, I did mention that we did want to have a look at these weak claims. The longer we wait, the more allies this kid could get. He is very executable, but if he dies, then we can't actually prosecute those claims, because this guy is not a kid. And he's the heir. However, I believe Teobaldo, yeah, the next one down is. Is the West Francian back to being an ally? Yep, good. Is he involved in any wars? Oh yeah, the Lotharingian revolt. which is these guys here. Let's see if we could do anything with them. We could claim this tiny little place down here for this guy. It wouldn't matter because this guy isn't holding anything. We could also do an embargo. This is a little strange because we shouldn't really have an embargo casus belli against this guy. And it wouldn't actually get us anything for winning. I mean, look at that. If we win, we get 0 gold. Embargoes are for use against merchant republics. If you look at this guy who seriously looks so cool, and you declare an embargo on him, we would get 58.71 from raising 1 trade post. Anyway, Asturias. We can come up and make war on the pagans anytime we want, to be quite honest. But Asturias, Well, you know what? We'll leave that till next episode. We still have, about 4 or 5 minutes before I want to wrap this one up. But we'll leave that till next episode. I'm just going to move some of our troops. We'll move our troops down to Ulm. I think that'd be the quickest way to get down here. Yeah, that isn't just straight through another country. So we'll just head down there. It'll be fine. So, we've made some really good progress today. I'm very pleased with how East Francia is going. Very pleased with it. I'd be even more pleased if the King of Lotharingia would die, because that would hopefully... Yeah, you can see here, Princess Aliard is heir to the Kingdom of Lotharingia, whereas Princess Agnes is heir to the Kingdom of Italy, so there would definitely be some fragmentation. And speaking of fragmentation... How would you like to marry? Nope. Oh, that is so close. That is so very close. We're 1 pip away. Well, we've got a -1 pip, and I think we need a +1, so we're actually 2 pips away. And it's all because he doesn't like us very much. Can we bribe this guy? 207 gold. That's insane. Oh, they're both nephews, so they're both going to have the same thing there. Yes, that's fair enough. Do we have any... Let's go for the dynasty map. There we go. We've only got 2 Lotolfingers. What about betrothals? We got anything in there? Yeah, for Ulrich here, but he's going to be too young. Yeah, and political concerns because he is too closely related to me. I don't want to spend 200 gold to find out that he's going to say no anyway. But we do have a lot of gold, so let's upgrade the training grounds in Andex. And while I have just spent the money that this would have been used for, yes, when we next get 128 gold, we can buy another knight retinue. Which shouldn't take us too long at all. So let's just let the timer play out for a little bit longer. I'm looking forward to getting East Francia together because we're very close to just forming the HRE anyway. Brynhild von Asperg wants to kill Bertha von Asperg, who is her... something. She's the one in the way of the heirdom. They're barons, I think, so you know what? Stop that. End. Thank you. Yeah, I think we do... Our truce with Hungary should be running out fairly soon. Yeah, it's half a year or so left. And obviously the other truces have forever to run out. I don't think will we be plotting to murder anybody currently? Nope. We can't plot to murder King Bajaris here. But he's going to die at some point anyway and leave it to his son here, Prince Badris, who is of an appropriate religion for us to wage war on. Still can't get this guy killed. I don't want to kill either of his daughters. I don't believe either of them are assassinatable. No, neither of them are assassinatable. I would very much like to marry this one to a decent fellow like Carloman here. How much was the... Well, to start with, I can't pay for 207 gold, so I can't even check. But I don't believe the opinion boost was that big. If the opinion boost was something like 80 points, I would take it, because that would be a huge amount of change. Yeah, apparently he has a weak claim on Bavaria. Somehow. Oh, I did not know that. Well, when he dies, that'll vanish. Unless he decides to declare war for it, which he shouldn't. Because while I'm loath to declare war on him, because of his allies, he should also be loath to declare war on me due to my sheer size. I wish one of these provinces had joined in this revolt. Then I could, start reclaiming part of Bavaria that I need. Yes, the elective stuff is going nicely for us. I did say that when I was 50, I was going to increase the crown authority of Bavaria. Just check how much people like me. And also, the whole thing with Benhild, those modifiers should have gone away. Yeah, so the important people, apart from Euphemia here, who may just be outraged with me for life, the important people should still like me after I do this. Let's do it. We're going to change the crown authority. Click. Done. We still need a bunch of votes. Hold up. Some Vikings have rocked up. Let's go chase them off in the meantime. And we're going to actually come to the end of the episode. We're just going to see... Let's see if this crown law passes. Because they do have to vote on it. And we are pretty close to passing it. 22 of 48. I believe we need 24. There we go. The Lords of Bavaria have approved the institution of medium crown authority. Which means... Well, it doesn't really mean much. It means we could go to seniority succession, but we don't want to. It's just another step on the way to high. And we're going to get a little bit of, people not liking us. Most of these guys will still like us. The Duchess of Austria has well, they shall all have a minus 30 penalty. Well, my mistake. All of the people in the de jure lands of Bavaria should have a minus 30 penalty. So she does, but she's still at positive 53. He will, but he's a rebel at this point in time. And everybody else is still quite high. Only one person is negative, and that's the Priest of Stettin, who... Why do I still have him as a... Actually, I know why I still have him as a vassal. Because, well... we still own this place. Now, we're going to reject his title, though, because he's a filthy Slav. Go on. And you know what? Let's end the episode there. That's plenty of time. So, as usual, if you have any questions about what I'm doing, my plans for the future, which are kind of obvious at the moment, we're going to maybe try and take on Asturias in the downtime that we have before we can declare on the East Francian again. Any comments about, what's happening? Feel free to leave them beneath. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you'd like to see more of this sort of thing, subscribe button's down there as well. But in the meantime, I've been Sub. You've been yourselves. Later.